If I can visualize it, it's possible. I don't know how, but I just know that it's possible. I've learned one thing: stay away of the naysayers.
Jaco Woodenberg is a Dutch wood artist with a vision.
He recreated Rembrandt's The Night Watch using 195,000 pieces of wood.
Each pixel cut and placed by hand.
His mission, to show what's possible when you fully commit.
The biggest lessons I learned, you have to make sure that you find the right people that give you the right energy, who lift you up. The biggest compliment I got from Eric, my friend and colleague, he said, you leveled up our craftsmanship to art.
For my listeners and for an inspiring artist that has an idea of starting a big project, what would you give them as advice?
If you really feel it, if you see it, just start.
Thank you for coming, Jaco Woodenberg. We're sitting here on your artwork with 195,000 pixels of wood. No coloring, just pieces of wood. You started this whole process with, you sold your house, you sold your car, and now you're sitting here doing a podcast with me.
Yeah.
And in this podcast, we're going to talk about like how it all started, what you've learned, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
So how does it feel sitting here on your own podium?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's the first time I've been standing on the podium, but not sitting on the podium. but It's nice to have a nice conversation about it, sitting.
I'm excited.
So it's very nice that you invited me.
No, thank you. Thank you for accepting. And I am super curious about the story behind it. Can you tell me what it all started when you got this idea for making this, and then when the time came where you decided to fully dive into it and start making it?
The process started like 9 years ago. I got a divorce, and I wasn't happy before that, because otherwise you don't divorce. But there I had a real not physically drop on the ground, but like you know, like a smack in the face that you had something. Okay, what the fuck is going wrong in my life? Who am I? What do I want? So from there I started to work with the coach. A psycholoog, I don't know.
Psychologist, yeah.
And from there, I did a lot more. I read the whole Google out. I started to. I did a quiet retreat because I wanted to get on speak with myself. And a quiet retreat works very good on.
Yeah, you will hear that inner voice, and you start like reflecting on the
you
past.
You cannot walk away. It's just what comes, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So it was. It was an eye opener, and I had all the emotions I've had there. I've also from crying to frustration to angry to incredibly laughing. And when I started really to laugh, there was a kind of, we were sitting because you do it in a group, but nobody talks to each other, and
oh really?
And you have a kind of day rhythm with if you go on a silent retreat. So
yeah,
and it's not that they're gonna put you in a room with bread and water or something, and they close the door.
No, there's a social aspect to it.
It's
but
a social aspect, and
no talking.
There's a program with drawing, with meditating, with walking, with But eventually we were eating, and I started. I couldn't stop laughing, so I thought, okay, this is not good. When I was
in a silent
singing,
retreat.
I thought, okay, this is. And at the end, everybody was laughing.
Oh really? In a silent retreat, everyone laughing.
And totally at the end, there was one girl. She said to me, "Thank you very much. I'm really laughing with you." It was kind of nice. But from there, I did a lot of courses on things on self-education and self knowledge. But I also found out you cannot ever get the black belt on self knowledge. It doesn't work. You can forget
it never stops, huh? Training never stops.
No.
You can start, but it will never stop.
If you start, you cannot stop anymore. But sometimes you just need to start living also again. Yeah. Because otherwise you can look under every rock.
Yeah.
And then if you do not watch out, you stay under the rock. You know. because then you really start thinking there's something wrong.
Yeah, you
There's
start
also-
getting in that negative spiral, and you start just
Yeah, and you see, at first you have to look at things you don't want to look. That's really confronting with yourself.
yeah.
But not everything is bad, you know. There's also a lot of good things you did in your life. So, and one of the things is my creativity,
Yeah.
and I started really to look at that, and I saw there's a pattern on the creativity field, like when I was young already.
Yeah.
When I was at lower school, I was already asking, why do I have to learn this? Well, why does it have to be like? Why it has to be that, on this way? You can also do it on that way or another way. So it's
Questioning the system already at a young age.
yeah. So yeah. So it's a kind of. I see always things other people don't see,
Yeah.
and can be also frustrating. It can be. It's also very cool because you can because you think out of the box.
Yeah.
But
But it can also be hard, huh?
it can be really hard. Yeah, and lonely. Yeah,
Have you experienced some parts that were really lonely then?
yeah, especially when people do not understand you.
Was that in the beginning when you came up with this idea as well, that there were people that
No, it's more with this was it more than that people did not understand the process. Where you're going through, like it's. Let's say we get back on that because I tell you a story about where I found my creativity.
Yeah.
And from there I started with the next to my parquet company. I started with Dutch wood artists, and I said, okay, here
Yeah.
I'm only going to create one of a kinds
one of a kind
with
pieces?
floors.
Awesome. Yeah.
That was the idea, and
That was the vision of
of Dutch
Dutch
artists.
woodwork artists.
Yeah. So and actually, almost immediately I got the assignment of in the old. You say that. Nou, I say it a little bit in Dutch raadhuis. In the Rijp. There I did already the floors in.
Yeah.
It's a monumental building. And it was a kind of creative because I also made a weapon in it's an ugly weapon, but
But still. Yeah.
but still. But from there, they asked if I could put with letters land of leegwater in the coffee counter.
Okay. Yeah.
And there I said, hey, why don't we create leegwater? And then they all said, yeah. I said, okay, what do I do? Wait, what do I say now again?
Yeah.
And so there I created the face of leegwater
Yeah. From wood.
from wood. It is also with pixels, only then on a little bit different.
Yeah.
But when that one was finished, there I thought, okay, if that one is possible, there came the night watch back in my head. Like,
Because that was already something that you had thought up way before.
yeah, 25 years ago. 25 years ago, when I was a student parketeer,
Yeah.
and that's the creative. What I mean about people do not understand, because
Yeah.
we were laying a parquet floor,
Yeah.
and there I questioned myself, like, hey, would it be possible to create the night watch in wood? That my colleague says, like, where did that come? We're working on a parquet floor.
Yeah, we're making
what is wrong with you?
We're
You
doing
know, you're like-
vissengraad. And
Yeah.
it's like, you're thinking about the night watch?
Yeah,
What's the...
the crazy. So
Yeah.
on that's what I mean. Like you see things other people don't see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I see a possibility, most people don't see possibilities because they're narrowed into.
Does it come from intuition as well? That you feel like, oh, there's something that I can do.
Yeah.
I believe that I can
Yeah,
do this.
I'm really guided by intuition, and I think most creative people.
Yeah.
Most creatives.
Yeah, because that is something that I would like to dive into with my podcast as well, is that intuition driven, and especially with creatives, because there's so much to discover there.
It's a feeling. Intuition is a feeling and mostly of the time, if I follow it, it's the right.
It's the right path, and it leads you to.
Yeah, it can lead me to everything, but mostly of the time the head kicks in, and that's
Yeah, that's when the busy noise starts rambling again. Huh?
yeah, and that's also a kind of doom thing, there's a naysaying. No, you cannot do that. What will people say? What will people think? Whatever. It blocks you from
Going with that flow of the rhythm.
Follow it. Just because it's I think it's intuition and interest.
Yeah.
It's following your interest.
Because how did you get through that? Because when you started with that idea, where did you start?
Now, at first I did. We were at Leegwater still.
Yeah,
And then, all right, I saw. Okay, the night watch is possible.
Yeah.
Because if this, then is the.
I can do it on a bigger scale then.
Yeah, but before I could go further in it, it's like I also strongly believe in law of attraction. If you're,
I agree too. Yeah.
It's
knowing what you want, walking the path towards it.
Yeah, it has something to do with the quantum field. It
just pulls towards you. Everything comes on. Yeah.
And then Paul de Ruiter is an architect here in Amsterdam. I work sometimes, and he called me. He said, "Would it be possible to create the tree rings of a tree in a floor,
in a building,
in a building, so it gets a kind of organic flow with the building." So and there I got a picture in my head because I'm a real image thinker.
Yeah.
And if I really believe if I can make a picture of it, it's possible.
If there's like in your head, if you can visualize.
If I can visualize it, it's possible.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how, but I just know that it's possible because I have the image now, and now I can.
You can go towards it.
I can go.
It's funny that you said it because I had this saying where, like, if I feel the desire for something to do it, I know the energy is there, like the energy within me to take those actions to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like a similar towards it, but for you, it's an image. It's an image
or a feeling.
Or a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's or both.
Yeah. And then?
And then if the feeling is right, or if I feel energy on it, I go fully in it.
So you finished that project. You did the wood rings in that building.
Yeah, and that was such a crazy project. And I do not want to take all credits for it because I had very good colleagues.
Yeah.
And without them, I could never have built it. And there was a fantastic group dynamic, and the colleagues that I have, I'm a member of a guild.
Yeah.
And when I came 10 years ago, at that group, I thought, oh, there are more like idiots like me on my field, passionate and driven, but I am just a little bit
different level.
No, not different level, but yeah, I draw really out of the lines with what I'm doing now, and I understand that the biggest compliment I got from Eric, my friend and colleague, he said, "You leveled up our craftsmanship to art," and there I thought, wow, I never thought about it. It was never, but that was a really big compliment.
And that was working with him on the project from
but
the first
after
project.
he told me later after I finished the night watch. But
okay, but that's when you heard, like, because he worked with you as well. He helped you.
Yeah.
That's So he never saw his work as art.
No, but it's what I'm doing. I'm getting like look at what we're sitting on now.
Yeah.
Is it the parquet floor?
No, this is.
If you see the tree ring floor, is it the parquet floor?
It's nowhere near it. Yeah.
But so what I create is a kind of functional art,
Yeah.
and that's the kind of people are the same with crinkles. If you see then you see yeah, is it the floor and a stair, or so it's a kind of it
Yeah. Yeah. And so after you did that product, because you have done 2 projects now for the Dutch wood artist, have you done
two
more?
big projects.
2 big projects. So after you did the 3 wings in that building, you started planning out how you're gonna do this, right?
Yeah, nah, I had
And
an idea, and from there I had something like, okay, I just, it needs to get out of my head. I have to build it.
yeah, because I'm still flabbergasted about you sold your house, you sold your car. Can you tell me what feeling, why you thought like I'm going all in at this point?
No, I was also, it was both. I knew I had to build it because I thought, okay, if I don't, Crinkle showed me that I'm possible to do, that everything is possible. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna build it, and I also wanted to start over again. You know, sometimes if you want to change your life.
Yeah, and not make a small switch, but just a big one.
Just make a U-turn.
How did that feel? It must be very freeing, like such a big change of like selling a house, selling your car, just going a whole new project, all your focus on it, and that must be freeing as well.
Both. But I did not expect what I'm got into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what is something that was so unexpected that just
I ran in what I told you. I had the personal process that doesn't stop, somehow, and it's
Yeah.
also kind of a part of I got in here in the in the night watch. He paints with a lot of shadow and light. Now I saw my shadow sides. I've seen them in the project.
Yeah.
I can tell you. But so we had the personal process I ran into that still works. Then I got to the process. Okay, how the fuck do I gonna build this? Because it's never been done.
yeah,
So you have to figure out the whole thing to build it.
yeah, like
No,
how
you can. Nobody knows. So you have to.
start trial and error? Or
It's trial and error. It's
Trial
only
and
trial and error. It's like it. I was 2 years busy to finally. Then I said, okay, now I'm gonna proceed with really building it. Before I was only trying and figuring out how am I doing. What I'm doing is that good. You cannot come to the end and say, okay, that's not it.
yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah,
It didn't work out.
yeah,
So and the most frustrating of the where I was afraid of that it was finished, and then we were standing and looking at it like, all right, man, yeah, it's okay, but it's not
not what you expected.
not
because-
what we expected.
because everyone that has a great idea and wants to start making it, then you have that period that you have to do the trial and error to figure out, because in the beginning you don't know how to do anything. So
Nothing.
That must be the hardest part, because there you can get
It's the most
distracted, you can get discouraged,
it's the most interesting part.
you can learn the most from it.
But it's also the most frustrating part, because you and especially you have to solve problems, figure it out. So you start talking to people,
Yeah.
and I've learned one thing: stay away of the naysayers.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
stay away from them.
Just not even speak to
Don't-
them.
don't
Don't
just
hear
go-
their opinions.
Don't even try to explain it. Just go away. Just leave them alone, because you're trying to explain something, and it's like you're how do you say in English? They have a word. Do not cast pearls before swine, or no, it's not that, but you know what I mean. Like
I sort of know. I don't know how to translate.
It really drags your energy out, because you
Yeah, you try to explain someone something that they're not ready to understand yet.
or they say that it's not possible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have to figure out a way. So
Yeah, so you'll not help me, so I'll have to find
No,
someone that says,
bye
"Oh, I
bye.
think,
So I'm gonna talk to somebody who
oh,
knows.
that's so powerful." Just skip the naysayers and just talk to people that have something to add on. And
And on, yeah, yeah. Especially and yeah, there it's best to talk with the creative people.
creative people.
It is
Yeah,
because they think in options. It doesn't
Mm.
matter. If you talk to creative people, you can talk about everything.
Because they like seeing problems, and they don't.
Yeah, I
and
love
they
problems.
See, and, yeah, and they see those problems as, oh, how can I fix this, or
Yeah.
how can I make this work in a way
Yeah.
that, with my abilities, I can do this.
And then if you get in the right group dynamic,
Yeah.
then everything is possible. Because then that one thinks about that. Oh, then we can do this also, and then it goes up. But if you got one like, then it goes, and the energy is off.
So the right people around you, then it's just
It's
just
extremely
the momentum starts moving.
extremely.
and
That's one of the
project starts-
biggest lessons I learned. That you have to make sure that you find the right people that give you the right energy, who lift you up. If you talk to creative people, you can talk about everything.
Because they like seeing problems, and they don't.
Yeah, I
and
love
they
problems.
See, and, yeah, and they see those problems as, oh, how can I fix this, or
Yeah.
how can I make this work in a way
Yeah.
that, with my abilities, I can do this.
And then if you get in the right group dynamic,
Yeah.
then everything is possible.
217,000 or so.
70,000 had to come out. That was the worst part of the
17,000, right?
Yeah, that was horrible. But
Yeah.
now we can talk about the on the technical stuff
later.
for later because
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's yeah, and what was I thought we were on the I had the personal process. We had the process. There was process 2. What
Yeah.
started from how to build it.
Yeah. The problems that came then from how to start.
There I went from I also had the process from me to an artist that
okay.
gave also a lot of questions like when am I an artist and what is art and what it's about and am I don't and am I not a pocket layer anymore then and
Yeah, will I let that go? So
what
you're-
kind of art do I make then? And
Yeah.
what's my niche? What's my so that went also on a whole process. On I know now because the art that I make is functional art.
Yeah. So in your own words, what is for
Yeah,
you
it's
to be
functional
an artist?
art and it has always something to do with wood because it's
It's your passion.
I will give every project that I make with it will get a theme on self knowledge and education because I find it extremely important because if I knew myself better and that's we are then I probably made other decisions in it. I've walked maybe earlier the creative path,
Yeah.
but I told you that I said from I realized also that the path that I've walked brought me to here, and now am I doing what I'm doing because of the path I walked. So
Yeah. You couldn't change anything from the past, and from now you ended up here.
And I'm
now
here.
You're embracing being an artist with the skills you have,
with the skills, I
right?
have. Yeah.
So, that's it's so
So
cool.
Yeah.
And so in that process, when you were starting out making these pixels, because there came a point where you realized you couldn't do it all by yourself, and you started to ask for help from other people. And what was that in you? Because that must have been, like, I know for myself, I like doing things by myself because I know how it's then gonna be done. So
Yeah.
it must have been hard to then, like, ask for help.
Yeah, but you have to because you cannot get further, so you have to start asking for help. But with the Nightwatch project, there was the third, fourth process what started. And this personal process, the how to make it.
Yep.
The artist from what process is that? What does an artist do?
Yeah.
That was for me a big question. When are you an artist? And what does an artist do?
Took that a while for you to, like, really understand what it is and just
Yeah,
be
it's
able
a
to
kind of
define
Yeah.
it for yourself?
Yeah, I
Redefine?
think what artists do in the closest definition, like I can get to is a kind of what an artist does is a kind of making sense of yeah, trying to make sense of what he sees, and from there build something so that other people also can see it.
I love that definition. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's your own unique perspective of the reality, the world you see, the vision or idea you have, then make it into a visible or
yeah,
way so that you
yeah,
can then bring others onto
yeah,
what you've
but
seen.
it's first on making it. What you see something, and you don't know actually immediately what that is, so you'd have to you follow that adventure, that interest, and during the path you find out what it is and why did you have to create it, and from there
So that's your own process still
that's
there?
the own process. That's what, and from there you create something so that other people can see it. But it's I think that is what art is really about.
Okay, it's the path from that starting point, then seeing something that piques your interest, you feel that that can be something interesting to work on,
Yeah.
and just finding out what that is, discovering more about that
Yeah.
thing, and then going into the process of creating whatever it might be that
Yeah.
then comes out of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. What happened next? What is the
What
because because then you had
No,
you
I
discovered
started to see the process from then we had the process of the artwork. It's kind of what the artist said, what we talked about. Now you walked into the process of the artwork. From what is it with me and the night watch?
yeah.
What is it for me about? What does it tell? What does it want to tell me? Why did I got it into my head like 25 years ago, and now I'm building it. And what is it about? And I saw also if I look at the night watch, I've watched it a lot, like just sitting in front of it, like
Just looking
not
at
on not really also in the Rijksmuseum, but it's a kind of you cannot really look at it because there is too many people. There are glasses in front now. It's you know you can, but just look at the picture of it from what do I see? What do I feel? What do I see? If I look at the night watch, I see a incredible chaotic painting. It looks like everybody is out of connection. I know the reason why it's painted that way,
Yeah.
but still, if you just look at it, it's kind of there's no connection. There's everybody looks in another way. So
It's not a whole, you mean, or what can you like?
Yeah,
when you,
it's
when
a kind
you
of
see it, you don't feel like it's a
yeah,
the
who
people-
leads, who follows, who is in the shadow, who is in the light, and it's a kind of chaotic. So if I look at the world, you know, the world is really out of connection. I think it's black or white. It's left or right. And if you say but I think gray, then you get a black and white, and everybody gets over you. Like no, you have to be on my side, and I really hate that because
You don't fit in one of the two boxes.
I don't want to fit
binary,
in any
black or
box.
white. Yeah.
I just want to be myself. I also want it to be that everybody is themselves.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just being yourself, but it's hard if you don't know who you are.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Yeah, that's really the tough part. And those who are really themselves, those are the people who are always
Cast out, sort of.
cast out or something, or
Yeah,
but
because-
also kind of interesting.
Because what I really loved when you talked about, like, you talked about your piece, you talked about looking at the night watch, and you said something about connection and what this piece means for you, and it has
So
to do
I,
with
saw, I
connection.
thought it's about connection, because there is no connection,
Yeah.
but it's also about connection with yourself.
Because that was the part for you in that process of creating it. It came.
Yeah, but also the personal process, connecting with myself.
That's
so
what I
it's
meant,
about
yeah.
connection, but also connection with other people. You cannot connect with people if you're not connected. So I've said, okay, I'm gonna ask people to help me create me with the night wish. So I let people create, helping me with the night wish. I did not exclude no one. Everybody was welcome. If you feel energy on it, you want to help me, you want to do something.
Yeah, because that is what you just said right there. That's something your father has taught you. You should never exclude anyone.
Never.
Is that right?
Never exclude anyone, and let everybody be in his worth, in his self.
Because in your life, have you found that has helped you in your life by having that mindset of not excluding anyone?
That's why I can get in contact with also a lot of people, because I talk to everyone.
I like
I
that.
don't mind which belief you have, which color your skin is, which if you want to walk around here in a Christmas tree costume, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's your life,
Does that come back to when you think about like who you are yourself and finding that out, that by not excluding anyone, because that just means they're just trying to find who they are?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. And who are you to judge somebody on his own process? It's not on you to change people, eh? If you, if that's always in yourself. You're the only one who can change yourself. Nobody can do that for you. No one.
No. Yeah.
And if you see flaws in yourself, somebody can show it, can say to you like, "Hey man, this thing you're doing here, that's hurting me." Then, but if it's not hurting you in any way, yeah. If it hurts, if you paint your hair green and it irritates somebody, that is not what I'm talking about, But yeah, you have to figure out yourself that.
What it is, who you are. Yeah.
Who you are, what is going wrong.
Because in this process of making this piece, and then when because you're quite perfectionist,
Yeah.
right? I can see, because I am a little bit like that as well. I find it quite hard to say, okay, now it's enough, let's move on to the next thing. With this process, because you have to make so many different pieces, did you find that it got into the way, like being like that perfectionism?
No. That's why I can do this.
Okay.
If you need to be a little bit. You have to be perfectionist. And I can also be a real pain in the ass on. Yeah, let's say if things not go my way, that's not it. If people say something, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna fix it, then don't come with crap shit.
Yeah, but that's the standard, right? That is the standard you have.
Yeah, and I'm also on myself very hard on that. But I can also be a pain in the ass if I see people who I work with. They say they're gonna do it, and they come back with something. Especially if you say, "Do you understand it? Do you? Why didn't you come earlier?" Or that you say, "How does it look for yourself?" Yeah, it's okay. No, I'm not. No, then you know the answer.
Yeah, okay. Like, but they know they haven't done their outest, like their best part, or even enough. Yeah, yeah.
Then I can be really
But
pain in the ass.
when you lead something and you are the project manager and you are the one that has that vision, then you need to be the one to have that vision for everyone, isn't it? Or like
no. I think you have to work with the best people I work with are the people who can think for themselves.
Okay.
And understand from themselves.
Why is that?
Because if you have to explain them to how it works, I don't know if you got the right people.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. So in the process, you just want to take them along on what your vision is. You see that they understand, and
And
then they start thinking from how to add onto that.
and then leave it. I don't want to look at it like what are you doing?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So from me, you get total freedom, but the total freedom can also, with the wrong people,
It can lead to.
it can lead to a disaster.
Oh. Yeah. Have you had that experience with building this, or in the any project of the Dutch wood artist?
Nah, yeah. Then you get to things it doesn't what you want is that people pick it up and bring in their own ideas to give. They got the freedom to bring in and bring it higher. But if you get it to wrong people, the people uh, uh, it goes another way.
They take it into a different direction.
And into a different direction. And then you have to pull it back to where the energy is, because you feel I got into a process like it was 4 years only the night watch.
Yeah. How does a day look like when you were
Yeah,
doing
it's
that?
24/7. You're thinking about everything.
You're just thinking about it. But what was a normal day of working on it? Like,
Yeah, some 20 hours, and not only physically working. It's also everything around.
visionary thinking,
Everything.
every problem, because there must have been like a whole list of problems you had to overcome.
Looking at the internet, on thinking about it. It's talking to people. It's you have to find a way. You're free with where is it going? Where do you want to go with it? Is this the right direction? Is this does it feel right?
Yeah, because what was a problem that you were facing and you thought maybe this is it, I'm gonna give up, but you still didn't, still found a solution.
No, the first problem was with this was the biggest problem was to figure out how we get the pixels on the right spot.
Oh yeah.
With colors, yeah, little bit. I go in a little bit because it's kind of boring for people I know. Yeah, a little technical on the what I did. It actually is not possible. You cannot give a color
Yeah.
of a wood species. You cannot give it an RGB value.
And is that because the wood species, like different parts of the wood, have slightly different tints of it, or?
Tint structure, it's a kind of, so it's gonna, that's a very wide area it became. Color is like 20% red and
It's almost set in stone. Yeah.
yeah, but now you're gonna say like, so at the first you get pictures on places where you don't want to have them, and colors, and he paints a lot with shadow and light.
Yeah.
So that's also very difficult. So that was really hard to and there I needed the help of Senna and Marcel to with our three figured it finally out how it works, and then we had to see how it.
Because did you leave it at the species, or did you then start color coding it, or
No,
what was the
just-
solution that you found?
No, there isn't. There's going to be a failure margin. I knew that. I knew that at the end we would have a big. There was a possibility that we had to take species out or correct it, and there we ran into the problem that fell in too light, and
Yeah.
and it was also the structure was it wasn't good. It was
wasn't
like
fitting.
they had to go out. But 17,000 pixels we had to take out.
But that must be like the hardest thing to accept, knowing that there will be something going wrong.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll just have to see
Yeah.
how it's going to look at the end
And you can only see it when you have the context.
when everything's done.
Yeah. that's when you see when it's wrong.
Wow.
And then we can go further on the technical because then
Yeah.
you get on the other. But we talk about it later on.
That's
Trust
okay.
me on that.
Yeah.
We make a technical.
A technical conversation about it. I also enjoy that because there must be so much of that. But
Yeah.
and I really like your saying when you say, I think everything is possible.
Everything.
And you said also something like, I'm not sure, I'm probably going to misquote you here, but you said everything is possible and I know there is going to be setbacks.
Yeah.
Something like that you said in your documentary. And I think that combination is so cool because knowing that everything is possible, but still knowing that there are going to be setbacks.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it sounds very logical, but having that mindset is,
Yeah, but if you
need it.
with this kind of projects, if you start thinking about that, and that's where the head kicks in.
okay.
Yeah, and this kind of say, is that I don't know if I have to start this. If I knew what I got myself into, and I started thinking about it, I never would have done it. So
If you start thinking about all the things that could go wrong,
I've gone wrong. So you just have to
accept that there
accept that it's gonna be there, and you divert during the process,
adjust and go.
adjust and go.
Okay. Yeah.
If you can go left, you go right.
So the intention was, yeah, there's gonna be something, but I know I can do anything, so we'll just figure it out.
Yeah, I know
So-
everything. At the end, it's gonna be okay.
Awesome. Yeah, because that it probably.
But with this kind of projects,
Yeah.
never the big one of the other biggest lesson was never do this. Start on a project with this scale
Mhm.
by your own.
Okay. Yeah.
Just go directly in with the team.
Did you start straight away with the team, or did you start by yourself?
No, and I still did a lot. Almost everything I did a lot, and it's not. I got a lot of help, but it would have been fine if I had somebody. I had a manager around me.
You said something about that if just to take that side of like managing all the documentary filming, the planning of things.
Yeah,
and
everything, but also the storytelling. Now I was doing everything.
Yeah.
I ran it to ChatGPT. Like the whole
Awesome,
project.
ChatGPT,
I
yeah.
filed up everything. Okay, he said analyze.
Nice. And what did it spit out? Did it give you some tips?
I asked him about how many FTE actually would have been needed for this project. He estimates like 6 or 7,
Okay.
and I did like 3 or 4.
And what did you say?
FTEs is
What is that? I don't know.
full-time. FTE is full-time as an employee.
5 or 6.
5
You
or 6.
estimated?
He estimated on the and he said you did like 3 or 4 in
Yeah.
the project. That's why I also ran out of my energy. But I really burned out on it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Wow. And because what I know to be sometimes the case for an artist, they like to have that vision and start. But
Yeah.
you said it's nicer than for next time. It's nicer than take more people along the way. But then you cannot start straight away. So you need to write everything out. You need to show the plan, why it's a good idea, how you're gonna do
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
Because the people that came along on your project, they only got along because they saw that you were gonna make it happen, right?
Yeah, but I'm not so really good at structuring stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that's repetition. That's really boring. It kills my creativity also. Like on working on emails or something. That's for me like I feel all my energy going away.
It's not
gone.
it.
Like leaks out and
Yeah.
and that's also that's not what I'm good at. I'm good at creating new paths.
So
New
what-
roads.
It was the right way then to go and just start it yourself and then
Yeah,
get
that,
people along.
the thing is with this, what I saw, I said about my life, there are a lot of things that I see now from okay, that the next time I do that different. But all that brought me to what the night watch now is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you tell me what is right and what is wrong.
There is none. It just is.
This is,
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, but so
but you need to have the it's okay that you start in the beginning on your own, but the minute you grow, and these projects that they go out of hand.
yeah.
Nobody knew that. Also not, because when I started, I thought I'd just gonna build it and leave me alone.
Yeah, I'll just do it. Yeah, lock
Leave it
myself
on.
up and just go.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way.
Because there's so many different things that you didn't think of.
Yeah,
and
it's the
that
same.
still
Like,
need
like,
to be part of
like
it.
okay, how do I gonna tell the story? I cannot just start building and then after 3 years, like ta-da, here's the night watch.
Yeah, take a picture of it and then say like, this was it.
Or I'm gonna film it with my telephone. It's like no, that's.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, I have to start documenting it.
Yeah.
There has to be somebody who starts filming it. But also the filming for Bas, the filmmaker, it was also very difficult because the story went like that. There were so many things going on, left, right, and things I don't even know anymore when I was doing what, and I was busy with all things were together. So
And what parts are you
yeah,
going to tell?
okay, Bas, come film. I don't know if we need it, but just come and film.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah, because
and
one
that's
guy,
how he
yeah.
created every episode. Like fun. He had to of all we taped like or filmed that he had to make an episode of it, and that was the whole process.
Yeah.
Also for him, it's like
Because he's just one guy. Like, he cannot be everywhere at once. and
no. So
he
I also
still
had to think like, okay, I have to be okay, boss. Okay, do you have time then? Because then we're gonna go there, and I need you to film that
Yeah.
because I think that's gonna be we gonna need it.
Yeah.
This, so that's one thing, eh? Like every post-it has like a whole list of on tabs under it sits
Yeah.
where you have to think about.
Because the creative process, it's if you could do the creative process just for doing it, like for making the art, that would have been the best, right? But you also have to think about you have a family. You need to get
Yeah.
maybe a form of paid or money or
It's everything.
and then you have to do so many different things because you have
Yeah.
to tell the story for others, not
Yeah.
per se for yourself. You start doing that.
It's like it was a kind of normally my ADHD brain works like there are the whole day I have like 1,000 internet pages are open. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm the whole day I'm puzzling,
Just switching between the tabs.
switching
and just-
them, and okay, this thing here that goes there, and then I can connect this one with this one, and it's like and it goes the whole day. So my head's
Yeah.
never quiet.
Yeah.
And that was the same with this project. So many tabs with sub tabs, and you have to. Yeah, I had to think on too many things.
Too many different things. So
Too
a
many
manager
different
would have
things.
helped. Yeah. Because
And then would it be nice if you can get people around you, you can say, okay, you're gonna fix this, you're gonna fix that, you're gonna fix that.
yeah. And then that's what you mean when people know your vision, they can think for themselves and help in their own way.
And they can fix that on the problem on their own. Because
yeah.
otherwise, why would I hire them if I still have to watch them what they're doing?
Yeah. Yeah, because the reason you hire them is there's a bottleneck, there's a
Yeah,
problem.
you're gonna. I want you to fix this because this is. I want this out of my head.
Yeah. But if you still have to think of, I get it
then,
now.
And
Yeah.
then we get into the problem if them people say I'm gonna do that, and they come back and they deliver bullshit, then I can be a real pain in the ass.
Okay. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
get that. Because then it didn't serve the purpose for what you intended it to.
Yeah, because now then it stills my problem.
Yeah, it still is a tab, another tab opening your tablet.
Especially another tab comes up
Yeah.
with all
No,
kind of tabs.
no, I get that. Yeah, yeah. So, what do you think was the biggest learning curve while working on this project?
Phew. No, I don't know. Many.
Make it simpler. What was the most valuable thing you learned while working on this project?
Um, that I missed too much time with my kids. Yeah,
Because that was 4 years
yeah.
from their youth.
From the youth, I can never get them back.
Yeah.
No.
But you pulled them into the project. Is that right? Like they helped you with it?
Sometimes, but yeah, I've also had a lot of moments that I was there, but I wasn't. You know,
So physically you were there, but your mind you were just
you
thinking
mind
about the
your
night watch.
your not always, but a lot of moments they. So that is the lesson I want. No,
Yeah, that's something you would do different.
yeah, time with them is very very. It's. I'll pay the price for that, and I hope they don't pay a price for it.
That they understand why you did it.
Yeah, but there is always a price. It's
yeah,
always a price.
I can imagine. Yeah, but how do you feel about it now when you think about that? Is that because you're
No,
still
I talked about it with them, and yeah, I'm trying to find now in the things to bend it another way.
Was it worth everything to now sit on your own podium
I
and
don't
have
know.
finished it?
I don't know. Sometimes I think it hasn't been worth it, but I learned everything has a reason. So
It is.
that maybe I don't see it yet, but
Yeah.
oh, and I got also I inspired and I got on an adventure, and during my adventure there were a lot of people who got also on my adventure, like the school and the kids
And the people you inspired
and the
with this
people
whole
who
project.
inspired and who came help me with it, and so it got like yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That will time tell. But for me, it's still the. I ran over my stress system complete. My nervous system got really, and I'm still not 100% of it.
Is that the long hours and just the over?
It's the constant stress, constant on. You have to be constantly on.
And was it because you didn't have a time frame in which you wanted to do it, or did you?
Yeah, eventually it had to be finished. And yeah.
Well, when
And
it's-
I was also in a relationship
Yeah.
where I wasn't happy. So it was a kind of it was a big project, relationship that doesn't work really. So it was a kind of everything together. What made it heavy? Yeah.
How do you deal with that? How do you keep going when it's so heavy and
I
stressful?
cannot stop. This is
Are you-
no, it's just no. Yeah, I could not stop.
Is it just because you started it? You
No,
were
I
in it,
knew
or
if I did that, then I lose my hunger. I think.
was that because this was the path? This was you have chosen that this was the right way to go. So finishing was the only choice to do.
Yeah, you cannot. I lose too much on it. But sometimes you can also you lose yourself. So
If you go too far.
if
Yeah.
you go too far, so it's
Ooh, yeah, that's a.
so you can sometimes you can lose everything. But what have you lost then?
Ooh, yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Maybe
who
you
knows?
lost nothing.
It, time will only tell.
Yeah, maybe maybe you're free then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
if it's physical or if it's other relationship, if it's
you get eventually you get over it. You get over everything.
only time will tell. Afterwards, you see what led to what, right? So, for my listeners and for an inspiring artist that has an idea of starting a big project, but there aren't that many people that see their vision, what would you give them as advice?
Just start.
Just start.
Just start. Go. If you really feel it, you see it. Just start.
And where do you start?
By beginning.
Just whatever feels, whatever comes up, wherever you think this is.
Just follow your interest. Just really follow your interest.
Okay.
That's really the way to your purpose.
Because for you it's the feeling, or for you it's the vision. For you, what
No,
is?
it's also interest. Yeah, we all have a we're all different, and you have another system running in your head than I have running. You know, like
Yeah.
we can be friends. We can have both interest on same things, but
Yeah.
there are also things you have an interest in, and I don't really give a shit.
Most likely, yeah.
And you cannot get me interested in things I'm not interested in.
No,
You can't.
no.
But
no.
for you, it's important. So it's probably something what has to do with your purpose, with your whole being, because otherwise you do not have the interest.
I like
So
that.
you need to follow the road of your interest, because I really think that's the road to your purpose.
Yeah, because I've been playing around with purpose and the road towards it.
Yeah.
Because I've been recently been to Japan for 3 months.
Yeah.
And my main focus was understanding what purpose meant for me, and then what it was that was my interest, and then making steps and work towards it.
Yeah.
And what I found out along the way was that it was just working and making those smaller steps towards the thing that I find most interesting. So for now, that's my podcast. Made my purpose become more visible towards, like, for me.
Yeah, but what is the reason that you do you want to make the podcast?
I'm interested in other people's vision and way of thinking. And I am so addicted to the process of learning that I want to have a constant stream of new ideas.
Of new ideas. Yeah.
That's why I love hearing other people's thoughts on ideas, because then I can implement them in my own life and feel that feeling of improvement.
Yeah, that's fantastic, because
yeah.
yeah, it's fantastic. And if you start talking to people, I really ask them,
Yeah.
you can get a lot of answers.
Yeah.
And talk to old people.
That's
Old
what
people know.
what I really liked what you said was don't exclude anyone. And I think that is something that everyone has a story. I just need to know the right question to ask.
Yeah, but yeah, that you never know
Until you ask.
until you ask.
I like it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's really true. And you said old people, or did you said all people?
Old people.
Old people. Yeah.
Old people know.
Yeah, yeah. They have so many more life lessons.
Really, just go talk sometimes to old people.
Yeah. Do you do that, or?
Sometimes, yeah. You can have really interesting conversation with them
I like that advice.
about life. They experience it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
I'm
can't
getting
imagine-
50 this year, so it's also like every 5 years.
Yeah.
See how much changed in 5 years
In my life.
in your life, in my life, in everybody's life. How much changed? And if not, then you have a really boring life. Then you have to get off your ass off the couch and do start living shit. Start doing something, because you're gonna be. And when you're dead, you're laying on your light. You're deathbed. You're gonna.
Yeah. So if there hasn't been any change in the last 5 years, then do something.
But look at it. It's like
Yeah.
you're now 25.
Yeah.
maybe we talk when you're 30,
I like it. Yeah.
and then let's see what how you stand in life, the way
What
you
has
look at
happened?
life, what happened, what
I'm curious.
what have you learned, what have you.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like looking at life in blocks, but the last 3 years have been magical. Like I've lived for 1.5 years in Australia. I've been to Japan. I've done so much self-development, so much self-discovery of who I thought I was, then lost that again and found more things about out
Yeah.
that were actually true,
Yeah.
things that I thought were true but weren't, and
Yeah.
then bam, another belief broken.
Yeah.
And that just keeps on happening, and I'm now like, oh, that's just part of it. It's just
Interesting. You have to look at it like interesting.
interesting. I like that. Yeah, yeah, interesting. Yeah, yeah, because it's just part of that process. So you talked about the different segments that you thought about while making this project. Can you tell me a bit more about those segments?
The themes,
The themes, yes.
The process. What
Yeah.
is it with me and the night watch? Yeah? We talked about connection, so that's one. It's about connection.
Yeah.
But it's also about craftsmanship, because I'm doing it with craftsmanship, but also Rembrandt did it
With craftsmanship.
with craftsmanship.
Because is that you said something about not wanting to use any like lasers, those type of things. You really wanted to craft it yourself.
Craft it, yeah. Just craft it because if you can put everything in the machine nowadays. So, but the handwork, I love you can always see when something is handwork, even if it's very very good done. You can still see it's this little tiny flaws, mistakes, or that are in there. You see that.
So it's like those. What in Japan they have those golden lines when they break something and they make it again.
Yeah,
So it's like those flaws make something beautiful.
yeah. It's yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
in nature, it's like the flaws
Yeah.
make something
No, yeah,
beautiful.
that's
It's like-
what we talked about. Your flaws or
Yeah.
your mistakes
yeah,
make you a better person.
and make you who you are because they create how you handle life, right?
How you handle life, where you are in life, which direction you take.
They identify you. Yeah.
They create your life. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So with those flaws and things, you were alright to do your process.
I had the process from what is it really what is this night watch about? So I came in to
Yep.
do connection. We got about craftsmanship, but it's also creativity. It's about I had to be enormous
think-
creative on all fields.
think outside of the box on any. All
On
has
all
to be new.
fields, in storytelling, in everything. So it's and I find creativity is also very important to because it's especially now we're looking at the AI era.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
AI is also going to be creative or is already creative, but the only thing you can set against it is creativity
Yeah,
because you cannot put it in an algorithm or whatever.
and that's the flaws, huh? It's the flaws that make it real.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I try to invite students of on a not on a like an easy way. If they want to help, they help. There's no obligation on it. If you like to help me, you can help me.
You open the door for the
Open the door
opportunity for them
just
to be
see what
part
I'm doing and
of that project.
That's where it's also about youth. It's about missing what I would have had, but didn't had. Like wow, the creative, and you don't see it on schools. It's people, and I really don't understand it. It's like all. Take every study of it, like which you pick. They all say if you put more creativity in schools, or on all fields, everything, you say, yeah, everybody scores better. And what they do, they kick it out.
Yeah,
So especially for the youth brain, it's like you can learn about art. It's like you can learn about who you are. You learn to be creative. You have to you learn how to find solutions on things. So
Art forms you. Yeah, there's
it
so
forms
much.
you.
There's
And-
so
and-
much.
yeah,
It teaches you.
yeah. Sometimes I think maybe they kick it out because they don't want that. You know,
How to form the kids.
how to form the kids like thinking for themselves or
the creativity. Yeah, that part.
start asking questions.
I mean, yeah, in the old days, that wasn't that important then for what they wanted to get out of people that went to school, huh?
Yeah, factory
like-
workers.
It's like, do
100
this,
years.
stay there,
It's,
yeah.
there are no factory workers.
Yeah, yeah.
And now with AI, like you can throw every education, like 90% of education, you can throw it into the garbage.
Yeah,
Really.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Especially to the youth, I will only say just learn to read, write, and
get out there.
and learn to work with AI and get and go.
Yeah.
The rest is not important anymore.
And art, because that's
And art,
my
yeah.
belief is if AI will create more free time, we all should get a hobby and and start working on what we think is art.
Yeah.
And do it and
Yeah.
enjoy the process,
Yeah.
get into that flow state.
Yeah.
Because that's something I wanted to ask you about as well. Because do you ever get into that flow state, and what does that mean for you?
If you have a flow state, then I have it sometimes. Yeah, that's. I think it's the same that the people have with the marathon running or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of. I think it's that.
Yeah, as you get
It's
into
kind
the,
of high.
you
like-
get into the zone, and you're just like,
Yeah,
just everything else fogs away, and just
yeah.
pure focus.
Yeah, and then you can work 24 hours on it. Like
Yeah.
and nobody must interrupt you on it.
It's true.
Then
Yeah.
you can if you are in that state and somebody it's gonna
Yeah. Yeah, it's so enjoyable to be in it, but the moment you get disrupted from it, it's like getting hit by a truck. Huh?
Yeah, no, it's like the scratch from the from the from the
Oh, from the LP. or
yeah
you
from
mean
the from the LPs.
yeah, scratch. Yeah, that's a fun analogy. Yeah, and coming back to the different things, you also said being seen.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit more what that means for you and
Nou ja,
how that means for this part?
If I look also myself to the night, but it's about like yeah, there's still all people on that wants to be seen, and still people are watching to those people. Millions of people are still watching to these people. It's kind of crazy, but it's also about that the kids need to be seen. That I want to be seen. I felt many times in my life I don't felt seen
Yeah.
because of my other way of looking at the world.
And seen, just to get the meaning right, if I get it, do you mean as well appreciated for whatever you're good at, or
It's
is that-
appreciated, but it's also being seen, and not really heard or being seen. It's like
understood?
it's
as well?
understood. I think that it's in and I don't give a shit if people like it or not like it. It's just
No, because it
pick
was
a
for you.
side.
Yeah. But it's more the liking to share an idea, because that is the fun part. But then also for some people to understand it, how you would like it to be understood.
Yeah, I think that is
Yeah.
being heard, then but understood. Yeah.
Understood is a big one. Okay, so
So
you'll-
that was
Yep.
and then we had there was one student Ruby who started dancing on it,
oh yeah,
and that's where it felt for me altogether like okay, I am creating a podium because Ruby was standing on it. I'm an artist who creates functional art,
yeah.
and now it got its function,
Exactly. Now it turns into a podium.
and that's where it's all connected.
That's how was that feeling when it all connected in your head? You saw
Oh, it's
it.
a
you-
light bulb, so,
Yeah.
and you feel it, then you know.
Did you feel it like intuition? Well, how would you?
No, it's just
describe
like
it?
okay.
That is it.
You know you ever had some aha you had
Yeah.
aha
Like
that
4
moment.
times in my life, and
Yeah.
it's like I call it the golden line. It's like when I know
Yeah.
exactly I've got some
Yeah.
information. This is it.
Yeah.
Focus on it.
I don't know. You just feel it.
You feel it. Yeah. Oh,
in everything.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah.
So you are also saying that when you tell your story about this piece, that the things people think they understand about it, you say no, it's not going on the wall.
Yeah,
You stand
I
on it.
told you that's like so many people ask me like, hey, well, how do you gonna put him on the wall? No, he's not gonna get on the wall.
Yeah.
And then they look at you like, huh? It's gonna get on the ground.
Yeah.
Maybe now I'm thinking in some place or some situation, it would be also nice to set him sometimes just right up.
Yeah,
'Cause-
just to see the distance of it, to see a different
yeah,
perspective.
and then you realize how big he really is because it's flat, you don't see it. And
It's so massive.
because it's like 4 by 5 meters. If you have that standing right up, then you see how big it is.
Yeah.
You don't really experience how big he is now.
Yeah.
But then he loses his
The functionality of.
functionality of a podium.
Yeah.
So, but why we can do both sometimes.
Yeah.
So it is a podium, but you can also look at it as okay. But okay.
I like that because no one ever walks on paintings. Not really.
No, it's a kind of weird. But
It's-
people don't want to stand on it.
No.
There are a lot of people have to pull up, like hey, come and stand on it.
Really?
No, they're gonna walk like. But some people just walk over it, like they don't even.
They haven't seen it.
They haven't seen it. They just walk over it, like. They don't even look. What is it?
Yeah. I mean, some people I cannot understand how they see the world, and that is maybe how people sometimes look at us as well. It's like they don't understand how we see the world.
Yeah,
And-
but is it an asshole? Because he does that. It's only you feel it. Like yeah, he walks over it. It's
Yeah.
you get the point of he doesn't see my work. So
Yeah.
it's actually about you. It's not
not-
about him.
Yeah.
It's about you.
Because I also don't see why he doesn't see it.
No, maybe he's with other things busy in his head.
He's thinking about his project 24/7.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's with the head in the clouds. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny
maybe
how that
he's-
works.
yeah, you
That
don't
piece
know.
of empathy that we sometimes
No.
forget about. That
But everything you get frustrated about or pissed off about is about you.
yeah.
That's one of the
When
biggest-
did you discover that? Because that is a powerful statement.
I don't know when I discovered it, but I finally started to understand it. No,
Was that in the period before you started this, when you did all
no,
of
it's
the
during this period. I
reflecting?
don't know when that happened, but it's during this I found that out.
And that gave that power to it, because it must be.
No,
such
I still get frustrated.
Yeah, but I mean, it's powerful to understand that the change is only going to be like can happen from yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you can never wait to just someone else fix it.
Yeah, nobody can fix it.
No.
But it's always about you.
Yeah, that makes it easier. Sort of, I know, or I'm always alone
Not
with it.
easier. I don't know if it gets easier. I struggled a lot with that.
I mean, for me, I think it's easier to fix me or trying to do something with me than if I was trying to explain something to you or fix you, right? Like,
Yeah.
someone else is even harder.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely true.
Yeah. Like if you have the idea of
if you change, everything changes.
everything changes. Yeah. Even the people around you and
Yeah.
just.
But if you start to change,
Yeah.
that your old environment
Hmm.
doesn't like that
No, that's true. Yeah.
because you're gonna be different
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You're gonna react different. You're gonna walk different. You're gonna do different things. You're gonna. So that is. So at first they're gonna
Make friction. Huh?
make friction, or they're gonna try to pull you back in.
So, did you have that time as well where you changed environment then as well when you?
No, I just there was a point in my place that I changed my life. I said a lot of even friends I had to say goodbye.
Yeah, was that a big thing? There was a big shift there. Was that in the just before this happened when you told, like when you split, and was that in that a moment in your life?
No,
that you-
I just knew that life the old life isn't gonna bring me any further.
The people, the place, the everything. You just have to
Everything.
make a big shift.
I just needed to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I realized that surrounding has such a huge impact on me when I moved abroad for the first time for a long period of time, just in one spot. Not for only seeing the place, just really be outside of a comfort zone, have a reason why I'm there, focus fully on that reason. And then it's like, oh, I'm able to do so much more. And because I could let go of who I thought I was or that I always did in my old environment, because I got like every time I saw those things, I had that same like old thinking. And when I was in a new environment, I could accept new ways of thinking and new ways of acting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because then you're out that system and then you start to be yourself.
Yeah.
Because on the old system, you're formed by that system, and you behave like they want you to behave. Or
Yeah, subconsciously and consciously, you don't
and
even
if you
know.
get out of the system, you can be yourself.
Yeah, isn't it funny that you can only realize that when you go out of it? Because then you
Yeah.
see the change, the difference of it.
Then you see the change and you start really knowing yourself. That's the same. I try to learn the youth like if I see 100 people like walking that way
Yeah.
and I see one walking the other way, for me it worked like, hey, that guy is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think that one knows something I don't know. I'm gonna follow him.
I like that. Yeah.
Always follow the black sheep. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that one. That one sees knows something. I can always go back to the herd.
Yeah. But that one,
I'll take my chance with that one. What are you doing?
that's really funny because I had this, someone was explaining a situation of a woman that was saying all of these different things. And they had a big opinion about it. And I was like, she probably knows something that I don't. And that's probably why we don't understand her. And that was when I realized that most times when I see people have an opinion or I have an opinion, it comes from not understanding what the person is saying. And that is the black sheep. That's the person that's walking the other way.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, we don't understand why it goes towards that, but
No.
he thinks differently. Creative, maybe, I
You
don't know.
see something we don't.
You see something, but it's interesting to look at it though.
And you can ask. That's where your stories are. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. It's in those people
Yeah,
who walk other directions.
walking the other
It's
way.
boring to talk to people who have
The same
herd life.
same thoughts, same things. Yeah,
It's always interesting to talk to people who walk the other way.
yeah,
And the people who walk the other way are also the people who get into problems on on one thing, or create new things.
yeah,
Those are the interesting people. Look at all the success stories.
yeah. They were always the
There were never,
The outlier.
ever, not one. It's always the guy who had a lot of troubles walking the other direction.
the same direction.
And the minute you go there, then you get all kind of elastics gonna pull on you, and
yeah. But isn't that the case with like there's never any change without anything new, like without any friction? Because
of course,
if everything is the same, then there won't be anything new to it. Like same with this, like this could have never been made without any friction, because otherwise it would have been made before,
no, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
but it wasn't.
there wasn't. So it's always just follow
The direction you feel like
direction. Follow those guys. And
Yeah.
same with I've had a conversation with the youth standing on the night watch when he was laying there for 2 days finished,
yeah,
and I had 3 classes to talk about, and I thought I can talk about like my project, but I thought no, we're not. I'm just gonna. They were sitting around it and I was standing in the middle, and I thought no, we're gonna talk about what are your dreams, and what's keeping you from reaching those dreams.
What did they say?
Some were really interesting because and what do you want to be and what are you and some of them said, yeah, your parents keep you from it, school keeps you from it, your friends keeps you from it.
Yeah,
Uh, some of them are already
thinking that
figured
way.
it out. Like,
Yeah,
hey, those people keep me small.
but in
Yeah,
the end, it's yourself, huh?
and it's always yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the
But it's a beautiful way that you were sitting here and not choosing to ask instead of then to tell another story, or like where did that come from that you wanted to know theirs?
that I know what it is walking in my whole life. I'm walking my kind of the other way.
Yeah, yeah,
If we are sitting in there are instructions or there's a kind of meeting and somebody has does somebody has some questions,
yeah.
then I know my hand's gonna
There's
go up.
always questions.
It's always questions. So,
Yeah,
but a lot of people don't even dare to ask the questions.
yeah, yeah. They have something, but they won't ask it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think it's really needed that we start asking questions.
yeah. That's the fun part, huh? It's
Yeah, but
just
that's where the lesson is.
it's like the older I get, the more as a kid I want to become again. Because when I was a kid, I always questioned
Exactly.
everything.
And when did you lost that?
I think high school somewhere that I started asking less questions, but I've trying to get it back a bit more. But around that time, yeah.
Did you hear the poetry my daughter wrote
No, no.
in on
On the that was also on the
op het
stage.
Regis, op het Regis.
Yeah, no, I maybe I
She
missed
did
that
two
part.
poetry, one on war and one on about a little girl.
Okay.
And that's a poem from her, like from 2 or 3 years ago. She wrote it. She's really good at it's a talent. She doesn't see it like that, but it's a talent. She can really put her feelings on in writing. It's like it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And she talks about the switch between the low school and the high school. You know what that does with the
With her thinking, with her thought, or
with the thinking, with the feelings, the way she's standing in life, and
she had put it into words for herself, or
yeah,
wow.
it's incredible.
Yeah, I want to listen to
But
it.
I thought, wow, I never thought of it. That's this whole transformation from the where you are a kid, you follow your interests, you do your thing, and now you get on the school, and now it's going to be important how you look at like, and what do you say, and what do you think?
So many more social standards can
Yeah,
introduce to a little young kid,
yeah,
and then out of nowhere,
yeah,
where's the room for what's really important, or
yeah,
creativity, or
yeah. And I
yeah,
really want to make. I have also a foundation. It's I have it, but it's not operational yet. But where I want to talk with the kids about self knowledge. Who are you? Why do you do what you do? Because I know if you understand yourself
if you understand yourself better.
and know one, you make the right decision, but you can also or better decisions. But you can also understand the other person better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. From your own experiences, you can get a lot of lessons and get more empathy from it as well.
Yeah,
Because when I know I respond a certain way and why I feel that emotion, I will be able to understand why someone else has the same.
exactly.
But it can only come from my own understanding
Yeah, yes.
from that.
So that's why I find it so important that you learn, and we don't learn. And I think the mobile phone has done already a lot of damage.
Yeah, non-reversible, but I think there will be
Yeah,
there will be changes in the future.
yeah, and
And I hope
I
so.
see also a group of youth that are seeing it already and
Yeah,
changing it already. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Because what type of foundation are you building, and what is your vision for it?
Nah, it's called the Dutch Wood Artist Foundation, and it's about uh, 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 it's about craftsmanship,
Of
but it's also
course.
about creativity,
Yeah.
especially with youth. But it's also about self-knowledge and education, because I really find it important that youth start understanding, especially now with AI, who they are and why do you do what you do.
Yeah. 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 Because otherwise, if the wrong things take like the wrong, you use AI for too much, you forget the things that make you you.
Exactly, and the most people don't ask questions already.
Yeah. Because they use too much of the.
No,
Yeah.
just they don't.
They just don't.
Those are the hurt people. They just
Okay.
don't ask questions. Why? It's the same with ChatGPT. You have to ask him,
To
why
use it.
do you get to the answer?
Yeah.
Where on what
What's-
things you base that on? Because otherwise
Just give you something.
he's gonna give you something. And, okay,
Go from there. Yeah. Yeah.
that is not the
That's,
truth. Or give me 3 options.
yeah.
And why do you think that? You go into a discussion with him. Not like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Because recently I discovered, especially by thinking like, what is me? Like I've always been a dyslexic, and I struggled with my spelling and things, and I've been using
creative.
ChatGPT. I've been using ChatGPT for a lot of my spelling,
Yeah.
but now I've like loosened up a bit more and embodied more of my way of writing. And yeah, like grammatically, I will ask my girlfriend sometimes to help me. But if I always put it to ChatGPT, then where's my authenticity? And we're back. So and the foundation.
Battery low.
Yeah.
Hey, the foundation, yeah. My foundation is about yeah, uh, 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 getting the craftsmanship more under attention.
Yeah.
Uh, at, for youth, but also creativity, and bring creativity more in the school system. You cannot change the school system. It's impossible. You don't even have to try.
There's too much. Yeah.
It's too much. Go too slow. It's now, especially with AI. That if I look really at with AI, then I think, what are they all sitting? Are they sleeping or something?
Like at the
is it?
speed that it's going,
The
growing and
speed,
changing.
It's they're too late. They're too late.
Yeah. 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 If the school isn't adapting it, then it's
No, it's like
because every kid can get a personal tutor just by using AI, fully focused on that person.
100%. It can do everything you find everything you want. Like
Yeah.
your. I had a discussion with him
Yeah.
with on about his IQ with ChatGPT, and I found that really interesting. So he says, yeah, I don't really have an IQ, but if I have to mention it, it's now between 140 and 160.
Yeah.
Then you are already on Einstein
Level.
and Elon Musk level. So, yeah. But the thing is, I started it with him like, if you work with AI, your IQ goes also up like 40 points. Don't underestimate it. Eh? Like for your IQ does for everybody. If you start working with it, that your IQ goes at this point up to because uh, uh, you have you can get instant information,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you have the knowledge on everything.
So you're. What's the reasoning behind it? Like you have more.
Like you
Cool,
have
by
the
using
knowledge
it,
on
or-
everything, instant to your
Yeah.
So I can sit now with the professor of who's 20 years on math, or I don't give, and we're gonna do the same. What would you say? The formula.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna do it by your hand and your calculator. I'm gonna do it with ChatGPT.
Who's quicker?
Now,
Yeah.
I'm already finished. I think I went to lunch. I did middle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's only we need to learn with it when you have to know
Who you
when
are.
you have to apply it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
But
okay.
also
Yeah.
that you can ask him. You understand?
Do you have
If
any?
you're gonna start building something, okay, I want to build a house. What do I need?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna tell you exactly.
yeah,
Which calculations do I need to make? He's gonna tell you. Do you foresee problems? He's gonna tell you. What formulas do I need to know? He's gonna tell you.
yeah.
And this goes in extreme, eh? And
Yeah.
people uh, don't see it. But it's gonna be on everything.
Yeah. So for what things, as an artist, wouldn't you use AI, and for what would you
No,
use
use
AI?
it. Just use it.
Just use it.
Just use it. If you don't, you're losing
Yeah. Just
because
use,
it doesn't go away.
it's there to stay.
It's there to stay, and it's gonna precede us.
So better adapt it, use it in your lifetime, and
Absolutely. And
And-
I hope it gives us more free time to do stuff that we really like.
yeah, yeah, to get more learning, to get more purpose out of our own actions, and
That because
because creating art for you, is that purposeful living?
yeah, it's it. If you are creative, you have to live it because you're not gonna be happy. It's really in your biology.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah, yeah. I can feel that. I can feel that. And there are many things I think can be called art, and also can become very pleasant, even if the creative part is less. That can also be learned. I don't think it's something that is always like the level you get born. That is what you have.
Sorry?
Like creativity is something that can grow again as well. So even though you,
Yes and no.
like, in what way would you say or
No,
disagree?
it's a personality trait.
Okay.
I think and I think it leads to I don't know. I don't remember that. You got the big five personality traits.
Which ones? Do you
Yeah,
know them?
there are five, and dutifulness, neuroticism, and one is open, open to experience. I think that's kind of what creativity is.
Okay.
And we all have the five traits in us.
Yeah.
We all have them, but there is one who's gonna
Stick out a bit.
stick
or
out of the rest, and
Okay.
that's I think your operating system. And if you start working on the other operating system, then you're not gonna be happy. So but creativity is it leans to open.
Yeah. 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 Because the creativity comes with a lot of things. Needs to be. You need to be open for trial and fail, because to be creative, you cannot just make something once and then say that is creative. It's
No.
like you have to make it adjust, make it adjust.
Yeah,
It's a process.
it's a
not
process, but it's also
an
a
action.
really tough domain. It's really because you have to be more creative than all the other who are creative.
Yeah, but that's only if you want to make money from it, right? Like if you do it for yourself.
Oh yeah, no,
then-
absolutely. But that makes it tough. But if you just want to do it for your hobby or want to learn about something about yourself, just go. Please, just do it.
Yeah, then it out of nowhere becomes very easy. Huh? Like it's so much easier when the pressure of needing to make money with the thing that you would like to create, then it makes.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It's always about the stupid money. You cannot without it. You can do nothing.
Yeah, that's maybe the hard thing that you see with creative people sometimes,
like
right?
you want to create podcasts. You want to interview. You see, you have to How are you going to do that? You have to live, but you also
Yeah.
have to buy stuff to film it.
You need to have the time to go to different places to meet
Yeah,
different
maybe you have
people.
to buy programs to edit it. You have
Yeah,
to,
true.
you know.
Yeah, have monthly costs. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's always about the money. You cannot do without it.
Yeah, yeah. I think when I can do the things without thinking about money, it makes the doing of it so much more fun. Like
Yeah.
when, like because the desire for me to speak with people is way higher than it is than, like I would still do this as a hobby, like not to have money. Like I would love to do this every day and also be able to make money with it.
Yeah.
Because then I could do it even more.
Yeah.
Right,
So
because-
that's
But it's trying to get that like that mental shift just right, that I won't compromise my values just to make money with it. I think, and I think for art that's probably like if someone says we're gonna do this and this for it, but you get the money, then it's probably gonna be a question to what is the value of what you've created then, right? Like what do you stand for and how did you want to?
absolutely. But
Because
you also
for the-
yeah. But you also need the money.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a kind of both way. Yeah, if you,
How do you
I'm
handle that?
absolutely. I did not create the Nightwood for the money. Not because that is not it. It is for two things, and I think it's almost for every artist. Almost every artist that is going to say from I'm just want to create it and create a better world.
Yeah.
I think that's it. They almost say it.
And maybe you just want to see if you could. Is
Yeah,
that something that's
it's possible.
yeah?
Just okay, it's possible. Then,
It's possible.
Then I know.
Yeah, yeah. Now I know.
Now
Yeah.
it makes sense. Now I know. So
Yeah.
And that it gets understood.
Mm.
You know, if then comes also some money back. Yeah, that's the cherry on the cake.
And that's the understood is the story that's getting told about
Yeah.
it, huh?
That you are being understood.
Yeah.
That's what
That
it
it's
is.
the whole circles then.
And that's all circle. But there are
Yeah.
not so many artists who can really fully live from from what they're doing.
I think it's the story that's the most important part because let's say I heard someone say the Mona Lisa, why is it so special? It's because we have this awesome story to tell about it that is so interesting that makes us want to see it. Even though there are way bigger paintings in the Louvre
Absolutely.
and that maybe took way longer to make, maybe with way more creative work in it. But it's the story behind it that makes us want to see that particular painting.
Absolutely. It's always story. People buy story feelings. That's what they buy.
Yeah.
Not things.
And for the artist, it's just how can I make my story so authentic that people can see it then, or no?
If you start doing that, people know.
No, but I mean, like, how can I tell my story that
Yeah,
people
yeah,
understand
but-
who
but
I try to be, right?
What I try to say is like it's not that you need like I'm gonna
Make up a story to
make up a story to sell it.
no, because then you're gonna try to please the
because people
99%.
feel it. People will feel it. People will see it. People know.
Not authentic.
And then they don't. It's not authentic. Yeah, I couldn't find the word.
Yeah, that's right. But how do you make a right story then? What do you do for yourself?
You just have to go find the story,
Yourself? Yeah, just start telling it then, huh?
and when you know, then you can start telling it.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. So, after making this, what is the next project you're working on? Do you have anything lined up, like something?
Oh yeah,
that's
wait. One thing.
visionary, or is there-
This is kind of funny. I don't even like the painting.
like this one? You mean?
No, I don't even like the night watch. It's kind of no. It's kind of. I thought it's chaotic. It's dark. I don't know. I can think of nicer paintings than the night watch.
Okay.
So, but before I get all the Rembrandt people
Mad, yeah.
in the art world against me, it's fantastically done. It's a fantastic painter, Rembrandt. It's
Yeah.
incredible what he did with the shade and the details and also the why he's so big. That therefore is it for me. I think
Special.
I find him impressive.
Yeah.
But
It's on
if
the
I like
skill
it,
that he
if
makes.
if I like it, no, I don't.
That's but yeah,
So and that's why people say you're gonna work on something
yeah.
you don't even like for 4 years.
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you for taking on my role. So, why did you work on it for 4 years if you didn't even like the painting?
That it's kind of funny, but yeah, I don't know. So I had to figure out why it is.
Yeah,
That's the story,
and that was in the process.
and that was in the process.
That's a good hook. That's a good hook.
Yeah,
Like artist works on painting for 4 years that he doesn't even like.
yeah,
But while making it, he figured out why he did
yeah.
it.
No, it's a kind of short version.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good start of a story. It's like I'm engaged. I would want to know like, oh, what is he gonna say next, right? Like quite interesting. There's more to learn there. But is the next project gonna be something you do want to make?
Nah, I'm working on an idea that I want to build with the biggest artwork from wood with all colleagues around the world.
Like ever created?
No,
Or
just
a
just
big-
build a big,
big-
with all colleagues around the world. And I'm some of them are my friends, and some of them I'm also in contact with. So I'm really, and I was pulsing them on the idea if they want to work with me on it. So and then every country is gonna create a piece of
Of that part of
the
it.
artwork,
And then when
and
it's
eventually
finished, bring it together.
Bring it together, and so.
But in their own style, or
No,
in
no,
what?
I'm talking, and I mean really, yeah. There's an Australian guy, there's American, Portuguese, Spaniard, and
Yeah.
an Englishman, and Dutch, Belgians, Austria, and so and I think when I can get this group together, we can reach the rest of the world just to do it.
Because what type of what's the size of this artwork?
No,
that you
it's a
wanna
kind
make?
of, it's a kind of, it's already, it's about. I had an idea about it's gonna be the Earth that we hold up together.
With like Atlas,
Not
sort of.
Yeah, but
Like that's
not,
a singular.
Not three-dimensional because it has to be floored on 2D.
Yeah.
Dus so, and then it's still not idea because and then I was here and that now I know I have to follow it because if you look at the back of you,
Yeah.
look on top, what do you see?
I see. Yeah, that's a picture of the world. Yeah.
And there are standing people under it.
Under it. Yeah, with a contract or a.
Yeah, okay.
And
this
for the
is
people
another,
listening,
but
that's the
it's
railroads
For me,
and-
it's like okay, I had a vision in my head,
Yeah.
like the earth with people holding it up,
Yeah.
and now there are standing people under it, and I see the world on top of it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like
Because is this painted afterwards when, or is
no,
this already?
this
It
is
has been
already
here.
for a
Okay.
long time. It's
Okay.
about the industrial revolution. But it's just
Ah.
love. But there's a square and people around it. So I know I have to follow it because
Yeah.
I had the kind of. It's not the same, but it's kind of the same image.
The vision you have. For the people listening, it's a big painting with the world, and then with trains going either side, with then people under it, with a contract holding it.
So
like
the
doing
idea
a business
did not
deal.
come from
From
seeing
this? No,
This
no.
come later that I saw it. Then I knew I have to follow it.
Ah, that was like the sign of like, oh,
No,
That's right.
I just to follow it. But then I'm thinking like, okay, I'm on the kind of the good
right
road,
path. Well-
and the project it's on pay it forward based.
what's that? Pay it?
Pay it forward. Do you know the movie Pay It Forward?
No, I can't say I do. No.
If you have the opportunity, just watch him. It's about a boy who gets from school a project to do something good for the world. And he figured out if I just help 3 people with something they couldn't do themselves, but those people cannot give money or give it something back. They have to give it forward. So they have to also help 3 people with something they couldn't do themselves. So it gets a snowball effect. So that's the idea. So everybody who's gonna connect worldwide. So I'm will try to get a world movement
Have a profound impact.
on all people around the world to start helping each other again.
Wow.
That's the
Yeah,
idea.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you want to embody those values you have yourself.
Yeah. No.
right?
Everybody. So everybody who says, okay, I'm gonna connect with this project. Yeah. This one you have to help 3 people.
I like that. Yeah, that's the connect. That's one.
Yeah, and so in every country you get a lot of stories about and I think I can pull this off. People start telling, you're an idiot again. I know.
Awesome. Then you know you're on the right track.
Yeah, yeah.
When you stop, when you start finding haters, you know,
Yeah,
like, all right,
okay,
I'm in the right.
let's go.
I'm getting there. Alrighty. It's like if you don't hear them, then you're lost.
I heard that
Then you don't know
quote
it.
later. I was laughing. If you are in, then you are in the right path. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that makes things more positive as well. You read something negative towards you, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'm walking the right, I'm going the right direction again.
But what if everybody starts hating you? I don't know if you
Start running in that direction, just like.
I don't know if that. Sometimes, if everybody starts hating you, then
Yeah, maybe some time for some reflection on it. Maybe there is something else going on.
kind of,
Yeah. Or I wasn't able to tell my story in the right way. So apparently I'm not so clear that I couldn't make myself understood. And then out of nowhere, the perception of what it was that I was saying didn't. If I know it comes from a good place and it doesn't get perceived that way, then I
Absolutely.
just have to work on my way of telling what it is that I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, that is also possible.
Especially with podcasting, because if everyone just starts thinking what is he talking about?
Yeah,
Maybe I should change my way of, to make my ideas better understood, because that is what I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help other people to
Yeah, but
see.
you also have to just tell your own story.
Yeah, I will always say my own.
And what other people think or understand. We live in a world. I don't think nobody can get any really famous anymore.
You cannot reach
whatever.
anyone. No, you can only. You can only do what you
really
can
famous.
do. What do you mean by that then?
No, you can better have at the end have 20 or 30,000 followers on your podcast.
Yeah.
That are really interested in what do you
What it is that you're saying.
What did you say? Because they understand you.
Yeah. Yeah. Then.
They hooked up on the things that you say. I want to know stuff. You know, I want to.
Yeah, they flow on that same type of.
Yeah, he met interesting people. Let's listen to them.
It's like those. If you meet them on the street, you could hang out. It's like those type of people. You're oh, that's nice.
Then you have that 2 or 3 or a million followers who don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice, especially when you can have those conversations, and there's something to. I look forward to that, to be able to meet people, talk with them, and then maybe even someone says,
yeah, man, but
I learned
you're
this from
25. You have the whole world. You can just go follow it, and adjust during the way. Really just.
Yeah, I know there's going to be setbacks.
Get out there.
That's
Get
something
on
to be sure.
That same there's adventure. It's also a theme of the Night Watch. Go on adventure.
Yeah, I still find it so funny. I wrote it down in my notebook. I always have a notebook with me. It's like my daily companion. It's so that I can take notes when I listen to things. And I wrote down, I want to take more actions each day that will lead towards me getting in situations that I wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
I sent you a message, you responded to me, and we talked, and you said, let's do something crazy. Let's go tomorrow in the station. Let's see if it works.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting here, something that I wouldn't, 4 years ago, I would be scared of what people would think. Now I'm just enjoying having a great conversation with you.
Motion gives motion. And if you sit still, you're dead.
Yeah.
And you get a boring life. You get a That's what I also to people. If you get your ass off the couch, get behind go away from Netflix and leave the chips away. Just go.
Just go one place. Like the amount of people that I've met just like in Japan, I met a guy sat next to me in Starbucks. Then even 2 weeks later, he was on my podcast because he turned out to be an awesome person.
Yeah, and you see, you just
And if I worked at home, I wouldn't have met him. If I went to the Starbucks and just gone change my environment a little bit.
and just you know, my father is with this a real interesting guy also. Because he talks to everybody.
Yeah.
Really, if you're gonna, he says everybody hello and hi, I'm Gerard, and if you're on holiday and you're sitting on a week in the little area you were in, everybody knows him. Trust me. Within 1 week, everybody knows his name and where he is.
That's the best. Yeah.
Because he talks to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just talk with everyone, ask questions, and
Hi, hello.
hello. It's the best.
Hi, I'm Tom.
It does work. Like I remember when I was a kid, that was my quality. I just random tense walk up. Hello, I'm Tom.
Exactly. My daughter could come in the gas station when we're driving to Austria for skiing. Like, look, it's my new friend.
Yeah, like
Hey, we're getting away in 10 minutes.
I'm trying to go back to those days when you meet someone on the street and 20 minutes later you're chilling in their room and just having the best time talking about things that you're like those are the things.
But it's always But if you're gonna
Yeah.
sit and you're not nobody, there's nothing gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's so funny because it's the same what we've done. It's like through the internet and maybe actually, do you want to hear something funny? I thought really because I think who do I want to identify myself with for this podcast? So I started thinking, what are people that I would like to speak to because they have a story to tell? And so I used ChatGPT to brainstorm with me to reflect my thoughts back to me and then say like, oh yeah, that's good. And then I came like artists. I have to speak with artists because that is a big pillar of what I think is very important in life. And it's that flow state, that's that creativity, that's a whole bunch of other things. And then I started looking on Instagram for artists here in the Netherlands that have done, and then I found you. I was like, that's it. I knew it straight away. I had to message you, and that's sort of how it sort of ended up.
Yeah, now we're sitting here, and now you know a lot more.
And now I feel like I know you a bit more. Yeah, that's really cool. That's so cool. I think I want to wrap up here, but I want to ask you, is there one more thing you want to tell to an inspiring artist that you want to share in their journey?
Yeah, just follow your ideas, and let nobody say that things are not possible. Just go.
Yeah, just
Go.
start
Just start.
and focus on the people that believe.
Focus. Yeah. Bring people on and stay away with the naysayers and just go do it.
I like that.
There's always a way.
And where can people reach you if they want to send you a message or they want to see what you're doing?
No, yeah, they can follow me on Dutch Wood Artist Instagram.
Cool. I'll put it down below. And if you have any other questions for
Or go to my
Jaco?
website or
yeah. And if they have questions in the comments, I will make sure that you can answer them, and then we'll have a good time. And maybe in the future, in 5 years, we'll have another conversation.
have another conversation.
And
Then I'm gonna interview you.
We can compare what we've done so far. That could be cool. Awesome. Jaco,
All right.
thank
Thank
you.
you, Tom.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, oopsie.